Every city loves to embrace their heroes, and Richmond is no different. When speaking of Arthur Ashe, he's awarded and honored in so many ways, with his name listed as the site of a tennis stadium, wellness or recreation center, monument, street, documentaries, the list goes on and on. Well, coming soon, there'll be something else to add, a biopic.
40-15.
So 2 championship points for Arthur Ashe.
In 1975, the late Arthur Ashe won Wimbledon, which was his 3rd career Grand Slam.
First black male to win the men's singles championship at Wimbledon.
But what the Richmond native did on the tennis court paled in comparison to what he did off the court as a civil rights activist.
There are other athletes and other black leaders, period, who are using their positions of power and influence to wield some practical progress. So it's just simply saying to myself, Arthur, you must do something. You just cannot sit by and let the world go by.
Now, those accomplishments will be coming to the big screen in a yet-to-be-made Hollywood movie.
We've been hearing about grumblings for years now about a possible movie occurring. So it was good to finally hear that it's been solidified and it's going to be done.
David Harris Jr. is the nephew of Ashe and led the effort to rename the boulevard after his uncle last year. He says the Ashe estate has given the project its full support and hopes it's a proper depiction of who Ashe was and how he lived his life.
He was able to, cross boundaries that some of us thought were impossible. And so that's one of those things that I try and hold true to myself.
Hyde Park Entertainment Group, the company that will produce the movie, released a statement saying, quote, Arthur's legacy reaches far beyond his greatness as a tennis player. Always a gentleman, bold, graceful, and intellectual, while at the same time passionate in his fight against racial inequality and injustice. I am honored to bring Arthur's story to the screen.
They've got a vision, and they're artists. They know their art form. And so I'm going to trust him to make a really good film.
Harris says he'll be interested to see who plays his uncle in the movie and hopes the tennis scenes will be as close to real as possible. He also says he hopes that part of the movie is shot in Richmond, like many of the projects that have been filmed here in the last few years.
Hopefully they'll be able to show it in a very good light, and it can be another thing Richmond can be proud of.